Hello, my name is Andrew Taylor. The name of my speech is Youth Sports, Health, Scholarship, and Character. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you to allow children to play sports. Growing up, my dad and I let my brother and I watch football games on television. He even took us to a few football games, particularly the Atlanta Falcons. We also played the man games. One of my favorite phrases that I heard growing up was down, set, hut, which is what the quarterback says before a play begins. Some people believe that letting their children play sports is a waste of time because it makes them unnaturally violent. But I'm going to change your beliefs by explaining the benefits of children playing sports while I talk about my time playing football. My speech will explain how valuable sports is and why children should play sports. The first sport that my brother and I played was football. As my older brother went through high school and college, he played other sports like basketball and rugby. I played football for 2 years. The first thing I played was flag football with Central DeKalb Jaguars in 2010. Then I played actual football later that year. Then I played with the East Atlanta Mustangs from 2011 to 2012. I will prove that sports benefits children by teaching them how to live healthy lifestyles, grant them scholarship opportunities, and develop their character. The most known benefit of playing sports is keeping children healthy. Participating in sports motivates kids to live healthy lifestyles. Children must exercise regularly in order to keep up with the competition. According to Health Fitness Revolution website, children who participate in sports develop stronger muscles and bones. And the stronger you are, the less likely you will suffer from physical injury. Children also learn how to control their weight. The Health Fitness Revolution website also states having controlled weight leads to happier children and decreases the risk of diseases that come from being overweight in their lifetimes, such as heart disease and diabetes. When my brother and I started playing football, our dad woke us up early in the morning to exercise in the basement. In addition, another benefit of exercising is having a higher endurance. Health Fitness Revolution website also states that having increases endurance allows athletes to reach their full potential in sports, but most importantly, will keep their heart healthy. I noticed that I improved playing football because of the workouts. I used to be the last one in the group and exhausted before the end of the first lap. At the last day of practice, I was keeping up with the others and I was not fatigued by the end of the first lap. Children must eat more food due to the excessive exercising. Jenna A. Bell Wilson said that teens who play sports have nutritional and energy needs that often exceed dietary requirements of their less active peers. My brother and I also drank protein shakes because of the exercises to build muscle mass. Exercising and balanced diets will benefit children playing sports, and children can also earn scholarships from their hard work. Children can gain scholarships from playing sports, which can pay for the college expenses. According to Healthfully, the purpose of sports scholarship for children is simply to allow recipients to participate in athletic activities that might not be an option for economic reasons. As my brother progressed in school playing football, many colleges offered him scholarships to play at their school, in addition to receiving education. In addition to becoming more athletic and getting a scholarship, children also learn how to become adults. Children learn how to act professionally by playing sports. Children have to present themselves in front of people. According to David Brooks, coaches have become the leading moral instructors in America. Earlier in his article, he spoke about a baseball coach who told his players how to look, how their uniforms were supposed to look by saying the coaches as examples. Look how he wears his uniform. Neat, shirt tucked in. You will wear your uniform properly and look sharp. Later, he pulled out another coach. Look at the way he shines his shoes. A good shoe shine is the foundation for everything else. Children learn how to be responsible, hard workers, and loyal. One of the things that I learned during my first year playing football was that there is no I in the word team. If one person fails, then the whole team fails. The coaches reminded us to be on our best behavior whenever we went out in public. As players, we are also responsible for our gear as well as our actions. Coaches remind us to keep track of our gear because if we did not have our gear, then we could not play in the game. I could not keep track of my gear, which cost me playing time when the time came. Brooks also states that the best coaches, the McCarthys and the Sullivans, don't emphasize winning as much as effort. They demand practice. They demand unselfishness. When I was with Central DeKalb Jaguars, we traveled to Tennessee for a football tournament during the summer. We stayed at a hotel, and the night before the big game, most of the players stayed up hours after midnight while I was sleeping. This came back to them in a bad way because we lost the first game of the tournament. The coaches were furious with us of how poorly we played and how we suffered a humiliating defeat. They told us to work harder and not to goof off. Even though we lost all the games in Tennessee, we worked harder in the later games and did not suffer a defeat as bad as the first one. I noticed that most of the kids on the team slacked and goofed around a lot. This motivated me to work harder so that way the other players can step up their game. Another thing is that some of the people who were slacking off were people who were playing the sport for years. They also joked around a lot, which probably caused some tension between the players. We had an okay season. We won 5 games, but lost 4 games, including the first game of the playoffs, which was my last game with Central DeKalb Jaguars. Playing with team teaches children how to be loyal to their coaches and their teammates. I've explained in how allowing children to play sports allows them to be healthy, gives them an opportunity for college scholarships, and teaches them how to be responsible. By looking at sports with a new perspective, I hope you consider allowing your children to play sports, and whatever sport they play could become their passion. Your child could be out there, out on the field, in the court, or in a swimming pool, working harder than the others, and one day have their name in the Hall of Fame. And to close out my speech, another thing that I used to enjoy watching football were the words from the announcer as the player is running down on the field. He's running down the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. Thank you for listening to my speech. I received my citations from the Health Fitness Revolution website, the Healthfully website. I received my information from I received my information from Jenna A. Bell Winston and David Brooks from the opposing viewpoints in the database, GMC database.